Filthy Weeaboo. What show on internet? Friendly bundle. Technology. I'm Filthy Weeaboo. The worst show on internet.
This is it. Hello. Welcome back. We are not prepared. That's right, again. But, that's cool, because that's the show. We are not prepared with tech knowledge and
the Filthy Weeaboo!
So we're really excited because we're back. This is the show made by shitty gamers for shitty gamers. If you want to be a better gamer, if you want to get better at Warcraft, we're the guys. We're the dudes you want to hook up with in the bathroom stall, make bad decisions. Wait, I kind of got off track, Filthy. What do you...
Look, we're just saying we're not snitches.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. We're not snitches. If you're a great gamer, you're super cool, you're super awesome, you have so many friends, you have nothing to learn in this life, then we're not the guys for you. Unless, of course, you want to laugh at how horrible we are, because we truly are shitty gamers.
Disclaimer, we are not involved in any way, shape, or form if you actually get worse at the game.
That's a good idea, because... yes, exactly. There you go. Alright, next we're going to go on to our segment where we talk about a recommended add-on. And we're going to do this probably every show, if not every single show, very often. And because, after all, this is supposed to help you get better at the game. And although I'm pretty sure we're going to be awful at that, we're still going to try. Right, Alex?
Try is a strong word.
All right, we'll kind of maybe think about it.
That's better.
Yeah. All right. So the recommended add-on this show is Equipment Buddy. Alex, do you know about Equipment Buddy?
No, I haven't. What's that all about?
Yeah, really? Well, I think you're actually going to like it. Equipment Buddy is an add-on that essentially what it does is it remembers the armor sets that you have, and then based on specific locations and settings, it changes your equipment for you.
Oh shit, no kidding.
Yeah. So, let's say you have a PvP set, and you saved your PvP set. Equipment Buddy, every time you go into a battleground, equips you with your PvP set just in case you forgot. Especially for people that like to fish or RP, like Mr. Alex over there. Who loves to have, I think he has like 20 sets of armor, 20 armor sets for each character. This could maybe be useful for him because he might end up running into a dungeon with his really sweet looking RP set that doesn't really help him. So there's that. Actually, isn't that like less of a problem now because of the way transmog works now, right? Or do you still find yourself RPing and then you run into something and you have the wrong shit on?
Not really. Like, transmog does like fix most of those issues. The only problem is, like, unlike with classic WoW, you can't turn off and on your helmet and, cape, like, through, like, a button. You have to mog it every single time, which is a pain in the ass.
You have to mog having your helmet off and on?
Yes, or just take it off into the bags.
So, what ends up happening? You just, like, leave your helmet off and you run into a raid and then get one shot and then be like, oh, I left my helmet off.
Actually, what I do is, like, if I'm, like, leveling a character and I end up using heirlooms, I just, like, make two of the same heirloom. One with the helmet on, like, and one with the helmet mogged off.
Okay. Cool. Alright, well, it definitely helps me because I have a raiding set and I have a questing set and also I have a PvP set. So it basically solves the problem of having to equip my gear when I'm at the rating, you know, because sometimes I forget sometimes, man. You know, I'm smoking pot or something, you know, or drinking, and I forget. And so it's a problem, and it really helps me.
Yeah, like my problem with drinking 2 bottles of margaritas and raw ramen noodles and having diarrhea is not a fun time.
That sounds disgusting. You eat raw ramen noodles with what? What liquor?
Margaritas. What? You've never...
Oh, margaritas are delicious, but you just eat raw...
Yeah, you never done that in grade school? You just stomp on a frickin' bag of ramen and then, like, dump all that seasoning in the packet and shake it up? That shit's awesome. It's like eating chips.
Really?
Yeah! Dude, you've never done that.
I've never done that.
Oh, you're missing out, man.
Wow. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll give it a shot, and I'll let you know how it goes.
You better.
Alright. So there it goes, Equipment Buddy, guys. Make it happen. If not, you know, tell us how much the add-on sucks. Alright, that's fine too. We gotta get an email for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta do that. I gotta remember that.
Send me nudies!
Alright. So, BlizzCon. BlizzCon happened. Alex, did you notice at all? Or no?
The only thing I saw from BlizzCon was the new cinematic for, Anduin, and that shit was fucking cool.
Yeah, what about it? Like, what did you like about it? Tell us a little bit about it.
What I liked is that fucking Anduin stopped being a goddamn fucking pussy and got controlled and become like a new Lich King type character. And now,
oh, really?
Yeah, now Sylvanas is like, what the fuck is the jailer doing? Like, Arthas is or Anduin is now Arthas, the guy I hated most, and like, I am questioning all the things I've done. It's like, yeah, bitch, fucking dumb shit.
You know, some guy named the Jailer wants to strike a deal with you. Like, it's not gonna go well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And what?
That's like if...
Just because she's fucking afraid to go to fucking hell or something? God, I hate her.
Yeah, what is it? What is it exactly? She's afraid of going to hell? Is that what it is? Basically,
what happened, it was like, she wanted to kill Arthas back in Wrath of the Lich King. Tyrion Fordring killed him instead, and then Sylvanas was like, oh, well, I guess I have nothing left to live for, so she fucking launches herself off of Icecrown Citadel, and she gets herself fucking impaled, and then she, like, sees, like, beautiful, like, what are they called? Valkyr in her dreams or whatever, that, like, striking her a deal to come back to life and shit, and then she became, like, afraid of her nightmarish hell, and now she's, like, wants to fucking control, like, life and death and shit. It's stupid. Really stupid.
Oh, right. Because if she went, because if technically if she died, right? Let's say the Shadowlands was still fine. If she died, she would probably end up going to the Venthyr and like having to repent for God knows how many years, and
that or the Maw itself, which is
or the Maw itself, right? So yeah, okay, I get it. That makes sense. Wow. I never thought of that. Yeah, that makes sense though. Like, she would definitely be afraid of going to the... to meet her maker. Fucking... Theotar, which is my favorite character in all of Shadowlands. He's one of your buddies in... you make a soul bind with him if you're a Venthyr. And Theotar would have been fucking her up every day, you know, making her walk around with her sin stone and shit, having to repent for all her fucking dirty deeds, and
or fucking her up in a different way that's very not safe for work.
Oh, well, now we're getting into Erp territory, but that's for another episode.
Hell yeah.
We were talking about BlizzCon, weren't we, Alex?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to, like, a lot of, like, conventions or whatever, because I like, you know, being spoiler-free. Like, I like to experience things, like, when I get to it.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I like that, too. I don't like spoilers. I don't like to know, like, what's going to happen at the end of the game or whatever. What I do like to know is, like, all the changes to, like, classes and things like that, just so I understand how to, like, I don't know, play my class, you know, so I can get ready. Like, oh shit, they're going to get rid of this thing. You know, now I have to change my rotation or whatever the fuck, you know? So, that's the only thing. But I really don't pay too much attention to the stories.
I don't blame you, man. It's not that great.
But I'm still going to make you sit here and torture you with Warcraft, so
Yeah.
you're just going to suck it.
Ah, that's pretty gay, man.
Hey, sometimes we'll do other games. Maybe you'll be excited about those.
Oh yeah, I know how much you love the SWTOR.
I'm not sure that's even worth talking about. Does anybody play it besides me? I think I'm the only person that plays that game. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, probably.
Alright, anyway, so we're getting new story missions that the Filthy Weibo will not be completing.
No.
We are getting a new raid that the Filthy Weibo will not attend until at least next expansion. Because he only does raids after their past expansion, so he can check them out.
Yeah.
But this new raid is called Sanctum of Domination. We don't know really what it's at. Do you know anything about this? You know the story. You read up on story. Do you know any of the story behind the Sanctum of Domination? Do you know anything about this?
The only thing I know about it is, like, the brokers, like, revealing secrets or whatever shit. I don't know.
The brokers are revealing secret shits.
Something like that.
Alright, so let's see here. So it's another 10 bosses. We only know 5 of them. And we'll be fighting Kel'Thuzad. Again.
Yay! Time to fight Kel'Thuzad for what? The 6th time in like, Warcraft history?
Is that how many times we fought him?
Something like that. Like, if you include Warcraft 3, you had to fight him a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And there was, like, you know, Naxxramas and, Vanilla, and then, you know, came back in Wrath of the Lich King and shit. Then you have to fight him in the quest line in Shadowlands, and oh boy, here he is again!
Hey, let me ask you something, because one of the other things that's here that I think is actually really interesting is the idea of this mega dungeon. Did you do the mega dungeon in the last expansion?
What mega dungeon?
Oh, I guess not. I didn't either.
Mechagon?
I don't think so. Yeah, Mechagon.
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What was that like? What do you mean parts of it? You don't do it all?
No, like, I did, like, the first half of it, but that's about it. I mostly just remember the zone and, like, getting, like, robots and shit. That fucking dope.
Yeah, so you like that, huh?
Yeah, I like sci-fi.
Alright. Well, me too. So you might like one of the things that we're going to talk about later, but we're getting a broker mega dungeon.
Well, shit.
So that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, and then just like they say it's going to be like the last mega dungeon. So they're going to go more into the story of the brokers and what's going on with them, which we don't really know, and I don't want to look up. But they do seem like they're up to something, so I guess we're going to find out more about that.
They're gonna use us for the Great Prophecy! Just watch!
The Great Prophecy? What's that?
It's just a theory.
What do you mean a theory?
Well, I mean, like, they were expecting mortals to come to the Shadowlands, and they called it, like, something like... Not the prophecy, but it was something along those lines, and I have a feeling that they're going to be using mortals for, like, whatever plans they have in the future.
2, 1.
Oh. Okay. And that's a theory that you have.
Pretty much.
All right, well, just in case you're right. Guys, you heard it here first on We Are Not Prepared, because we get it, and we prophesize the prophecies. So, all right, so we're also getting a new zone called Korthia. It's a new zone. It's a part of the Maw. Alex, you hate the Maw, right?
Yeah, like, even in the introductory, it was, like, very boring.
Yeah. I didn't like Torghast and the Maw, and then I figured out the legendary crafting system. I don't know if I said this the last show, but after that, I fucking love it. So now I'm like, alright, more of the Maw, although... This is what I will say. There are a lot of people kind of like complaining about the Maw, that it's like boring or whatever. So you're not the only one. And I wasn't the only one. And they're trying to address some of the issues with the Maw. I'm not exactly sure what those what all those issues are, but I'm sure some of it has something to do with the fact that it's kind of dreary and boring or something, you know?
Kind of lackluster with, like, stuff to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Korthia is also of interest to the Jailer, as the zone contains secrets related to the first ones.
Oh, yay, the first ones.
I don't know what that is.
Do
you know what that is?
The first ones are, like, theorized, I think, to have something to do with the Titans. That's about it. Like certain types of Titans that, like, created, you know, the realm of the afterlife, the Shadowlands, and all that shit. But they're saying, like, also in the lore that the actual Titans don't have, you know, any ties to the actual Shadowlands, so maybe different types of Titans? Who can say?
Right. Alright. Well, we're also getting flying in Shadowlands.
Oh boy, now it's time to get our attunements done, because they can't allow us to just pay a shit ton of gold to fly.
Yeah. What's that process like? I've never done it. Is it long?
Yes, it is. Okay, so they first started this back in Legion. In order to get your flying, like, especially your flying mount for every class, is that you had to complete every single one of the main zones, like every chapter. Then you had to do the Legion Fall campaign from, like, at least chapters 1 through 7 out of 11. And then you could get your flying mount, and then you unlock flying. They did kind of the same thing back in Warlords of Draenor 2, but I think they had something to do with Apexis crystals. And then they did that with Battle for Azeroth, where you had to do the same thing. Complete all the zones, and then, you know, do the whole fucking war campaign in order to unlock Pathfinder Part 1 and then Part 2, and then you could finally fly in the Broken Isles. But then, like in Shadowlands, they thought, oh, okay, let's fucking, like, just give you free flying for both Warlords of Draenor and Legion. But oh no, let's not give our players, like, new players, the flying in BFA. Let's.
All right, hold on, because you could be talking out of your ass. Let's read this real quick. We already suspected this was coming. Thank you, website. But now we have confirmation. So, 9.1. Unlock flying in all zones except the Maw. Alright. You don't have to grind any reputations this time, though. Simply complete Covenant activities and story missions related to the campaigns, and you'll be soaring above the Shadowlands in no time.
Okay, good. So it's just the storylines. That's okay. And if it's account bound, fine. Fine.
Okay, so then there we go. All right.
It's just that reputation bullshit that took fucking weeks to do.
Look, we made Alex happy.
Oh, slightly. Yeah.
Okay, well, here you go. This is your favorite. New Shadowlands mounts. Dude, are you checking? There's a rad one that's like just a...
It's just a fucking hand.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You don't think that's cool? I'm gonna show... I'm posting this up right now.
Oh.
I'm just making sure, like, I'm gonna put it on the video.
Holy shit, that looks very handy to have.
Yeah.
But, oh boy, we get another dead horse. Looks like they're beating us with another dead horse. Fuck off. Fuck off.
What do you mean?
Well,
What do you...
okay. They do like the same...
What are you bitching about now?
Okay, think about this. How many times do they do the same mounts over and over? The same idea. Oh, another zombie dragon. Oh, another fucking dead horse. Oh, another paladin horse. Fucking... It's the same things every time, and, like, that's why I like the hand. Because there's nothing else like it. Why can't we get new shit?
Oh, so you're talking about the horse.
Yeah, the horse is...
That sucks.
Yeah, the horse sucks.
Yeah, the hand is great, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool. The horse looks pretty cool, too. I'm a big fan of the horses. I prefer horse mounts. Unless I'm gonna fly. And then I'm a druid, so I just use my flying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, well, horses are overdone to death.
Alright. So here's some other stuff. PvP Season 2. Duh. Mythic plus Affix. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Alright. Somebody go ahead and send us an email. We are not prepared at gmail.com for now. Alright? Email us. Tell us what Mythic plus Affix is.
Because we are dumb.
Because we're fucking idiots and we have no idea what that means. And we don't do that much research, right, Alex? We don't have time for that, man.
Man, that's why I never went to college.
Hey, later on, guys, when we were making enough money off the ads and stuff, we promise we'll put in more hours, but for right now, you guys are just gonna have to take what you're getting. All right. I think we're all right. We're all right, guys. All right. We're also getting new Covenant cosmetic armor sets.
Oh boy.
All right. More. I use my I edit mine around a little bit, like now I like some of the new pieces and I mix it up with, you know, so I get a little creative. I like to look handsome, you know. So I always like it. But you're like a transmog whore, aren't you, Alex? Or
we don't bring up my dark past, okay?
Dark past? Why would you call it that?
Why? Oh, you know damn well why, but we don't have like 3.5 hours to explain it.
Oh, you're not getting off that easy this time, pal. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what he's talking about. So, back when I used to run this shitty guild that was a total failure because I had no idea what I was doing, Alex was one of my most loyal and ardent members of this RP PvP guild that we had. And Alex was kind of famous at the time because he would just he would be like really annoying, but in this specific way. And it was with his transmogs. And he would essentially chase everybody in the guild around, showing everybody the fucking 20 new transmog sets that he came up with that day.
Oh my god.
And it didn't matter what was going on or what we were doing. We could be in the middle of a world PvP event, and Alex would have to say, wait, stop, everyone, look at this new...
Like I'm the fucking messenger.
Everyone had to stop what they were doing, and you know, he was a kid. He loved this stuff, man, and you know, a lot of people were annoyed by him. I thought it was funny, and I was the GM, so I never gave him any shit about that. Tried to be understanding. I'd be like, all right, yes, Alex, I see it, dude. I fucking see it.
Look.
Okay, and then it'd be like, but, all right, but what about this one? What about this one? I'll check this other one out.
I just needed approval because my mom doesn't love me.
So now you don't care anymore. Now you're cool, right?
I just frickin' wear class trial armor. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. No, but you know what? You got into it the other day. We were hanging out in Goldshire, and he had a little like flashback. You know, he started. You know, because I complimented him. Big mistake. on his transmog, and then he was like, "Oh, really? You know, I'm not really into that, but look, check this out. And look, check this out."
Listen, I'm just saying, flattering me is the worst thing anybody could ever do.
All right. So, whoop-de-doo, here you go, Alex. You're going to love this. Additional Torghast floors.
Oh, yay. Now we're going to get higher and higher.
Yeah. New Torghast anima powers. Those are actually fun. I enjoy the whole anima power thing. It really is cool how each run is like a little different. And I get where they're going with it, and I think they should keep this up. That with the mega dungeons also, I think is a really good idea. So... New conduits, which to me, as a player and a raider now, I'm just kind of like, eh. You know, conduits are like, eh. I guess. They're nice. Sort of. Whatever. Anyway. Soulbind system overhaul. I don't know what that means. Again, email us.
Soulbind?
We are not prepared.
Yeah. You're not.
Well, it's just because, like, I don't know how that would change it. What, like, they're gonna add more soul binds? Are they gonna?
I mean, I thought like
what are they gonna
like
do?
soul binding, like, you know, like items, like BOAs, bind on equips or whatever, or maybe they're gonna make it where you can actually trade soul binded items.
Soulbind. I think Soulbind is like because you have soul binds with different characters in your covenant. That's what they're talking about.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Right. So, to wrap the Warcraft section up, I think I'm excited about it. You know, I'm always excited about more Warcraft stuff, especially now. We have the show. This is great. So I'm even more excited about this now. And I can't wait to see what else they fucking cook up. You know, I'm sure some of it, you know, maybe the mobile games will be weird or something. I don't know, but I kind of like where they're going. I think they have their head in the right place. You know, they're gonna make mistakes, but I think they're moving in the right direction. You know, they got the old style Warcraft for people that got sick of retail. You know, they're making retail more interesting. You know, they're thinking about, you know, mobile games that are tied into the game that people can play outside. I mean, it's great. Like, who else is doing any of this stuff? You know? Like, nobody. And making it work? It's fucking amazing. You know?
Yeah.
But anyways. So here we go. Outside of Warcraft. Diablo 4.
Oh, shit.
That's a thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it even existed.
Hey, Diablo's still huge. And in my community, currently online that I'm a part of, Diablo's a big deal there. And the guild and the community there is really good, solid. A lot of people are into it.
Sweet.
Yeah. And they have a new class. It's a rogue class, which I'm kind of surprised that they didn't already have one.
I mean, yeah, like Diablo and Warcraft seem like pretty similar with like their classes.
Yeah, right? Did you ever play Diablo?
I played some Diablo 3 and a little Diablo 2. My dad was like really big into Diablo 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's like his favorite game.
Well, people were upset about that mobile version that they had created.
Oh yeah, Diablo Immortal?
Yeah. But they kept up with it, and somehow it's going to like tie into like this Diablo or something. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure about that. We'll let the Diablo streamers talk all about that.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to sound like idiots. What we need to do is bring somebody in for an interview. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, just fucking like, I think the problem is like, yeah, we're getting our Diablo 4, which is like what the PC gamers wanted, but I think they're complaining that that's what just Diablo Immortal should have been at the get-go, not a fucking mobile game.
Right. Apparently, that was the only game ever actually booed when announced at BlizzCon.
Oh, they got so much shit for it. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember watching those videos. Holy shit.
Blizzard Arcade Collection announced.
Arcade Collection?
They're bringing back some of their classic games.
Oh shit.
And they're launching them on consoles. So like the Lost Vikings,
yes!
Blackthorn,
fucking yes, yes.
Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh my god, I'm so... Wait, are they HD remasters or the original games?
No, okay, both their classic and newly enhanced formats. So they're gonna give you both, buddy.
Fucking yes!
Yeah. How do you like some of that shit?
Oh, feed me shit, baby.
Wait, what?
What? I have a taste for shit. I'm asking you to feed me shit. It's not that hard of a concept.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. All right. Metaphorical, I hope. I hope it's metaphorical. All right. All right. The Burning Crusade. Yeah, we got new World of Warcraft classic, The Burning Crusade. How do you feel about that?
It's just vanilla WoW, but better.
Even better than vanilla WoW?
Yeah, because it adds the Draenei and the Blood Elves, and it like frickin' like balances out a bunch of shit, and there's more content. It's basically vanilla WoW, but better. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So they have what they announced was, and this one I'm really excited about. I'm curious, and you mentioned earlier that that you like sci-fi, so maybe you'll be into this too. But they got an Overwatch 2 coming out. Have you played Overwatch?
Yeah, I played my fair share of games with like my friends Skylar, Phil. Well, yeah.
Okay. Do you like it?
It's okay for like killing time. It's like kind of like a League of Legends for me, where it's just a good time killer. Though I'm not
right, because
I'm not the biggest, like FPS type of person.
Right, and also it's just PvP, right?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they're going in the other direction now. Overwatch 2 is going to have a lot of PvE content. A lot more than it did.
In other words, Overwatch 2 is just Overwatch story mode. Yeah, I've heard about it.
Oh, you've heard about it? You're not digging that? You don't...
Well, I mean, that's what Overwatch should have been in the first place, considering all the trailers when it was first announced, what, like 5 years ago?
Yeah. I think Overwatch has always been in the works as a second MMO. But here's the thing. Because a long time ago, I remember there was, before Overwatch, there was rumors that there's this new MMO, and then there was like rumors that this new sci-fi MMO, and then everyone's like, oh, never mind, it's just Overwatch. But I wasn't convinced about, oh, never mind, it's just Overwatch. I was always like, no, I think after looking at the game, I was like, this looks like they're testing something, like a like a giant paid beta.
5, 4,
You know what I mean?
3,
And they learn the mistakes that they did with World of Warcraft. So now they know how to start an MMO that's going to compete with Warcraft. Who else could do that but Blizzard? And if there was going to be a sci-fi MMO to compete with Warcraft, then of course Blizzard's going to be like, well, it better be us, right? So you think, you know, like, how do you compete against Warcraft and stuff like that? I think they've always been going in this direction with Overwatch. I think they've just been taking their time, and I guess you can say doing it right. I mean, Overwatch is great for esports, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's arguably one of the most played ones.
4,
Maybe not the most, but, you know, one of the most, right? Like, one of the popular ones you see played a lot in esports is Overwatch.
Along with League of Legends.
So they got that. They got that going for them. Now, they're going to open a whole nother world up for the game, which is PvE players like you. My whole reservation is I don't like to practice in PvP. I like to do the PvE first, get a handle for everything, and then I go PvP. That's why I didn't like Overwatch. I didn't play it really because I'm like, I don't want to just like run in there and start dying and not like have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, you know? I don't like that. That's not enjoyable for me. So I want to do some PvE first just so I understand the mechanics and shit of the game, you know? And then I go do PvP. I'll do it all the time. I'll just PvP all night. I don't give a shit. But I want to do PvE first. And that, making this big change with Overwatch, kind of like, it has me really interested.
2, 1.
Yeah. I think it's great, honestly.
Yeah, right? I think so too. Hearthstone.
Who fucking cares?
Hearthstone is calling this the Year of the Griffin.
Oh boy! Yay, the Chinese Zodiac.
I actually like Hearthstone. I play Hearthstone a lot. And I'm really excited about this. They're making some changes that are, you know, making it so like there's a core set that's viable throughout the game. So that's cool. They're also, again, focusing on the PvE content of the game, which I always love. Like, I love those, like, dungeon runs and shit that they have on Hearthstone. They're great. And they're doing a bunch of new shit with the spells and all that stuff. It's fun. I like Hearthstone. You don't like Hearthstone?
No, I'm not a card game kind of guy. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, but yeah, it's dead to me now.
I love those card games. I collect, you know, I have the original WoW TCG card game.
Yeah, you brag about it every day.
When was the last time I fucking bragged about that, man?
42 hours ago.
Oh, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So Hearthstone, you hate that.
I don't hate it, I don't have an opinion.
Yeah. Alright. So overall, I don't know, I think it was a good BlizzCon.
Yep.
I like the fact that it was free. That was cool. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe next year, We Are Not Prepared will be covering the event
1.
while we're there.
Yeah, sure. We Are Not Prepared live at BlizzCon.
Yeah. That'll be fucking... the fucking trouble that we'll be getting in will just be unimaginable.
I'm probably going to be dragged out by management.
You guys better hope that we end up going to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Alright.
I shall publicly humiliate myself.
I can absolutely imagine that. All right. Alex, I heard I had a little birdie tell me something.
What's that?
I had a little birdie tell me that you, sir, contrary to everything you've said today so far, are actually enjoying the game again. Somebody told me that.
Okay, go on.
So, what do you mean?
Well,
I just want to know, like, you said you're enjoying the game, but, like, I mean, this whole show, you're just like, I hate it. I hate everything. The story, the questing. But I don't know. Somebody told me you were enjoying the game.
yeah,
Is that true or no? Is it? I mean, are they lying?
no, I mean, I've been enjoying the game off and on, like, you know, some days is great, some days are bad, but I think the bottom line is the reason why I am enjoying again is because for the first time in a long time, I've been making a lot of brand new friends and experiencing the game in different ways that I've never experienced before.
Cool. So it's getting better for you.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
2, 1.
They're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
Except for war mode.
Yes, fuck. Fuck 'em. We're sick of it.
That they're not doing. They're not doing that right.
No.
Right. All right. I'm really glad to hear that, Alex. There you go, guys. Look, it's a happy ending. You see? You might hate Warcraft now. Maybe right now you're not playing. Maybe, you're currently not playing World of Warcraft. You're busy. You have stuff going on. It happens. It's natural. It happens to all of us. It happens to me. But, Warcraft's always going to be there, right?
Until the end of time?
That's what's-
Probably.
Probably. The human race might be gone, but World of Warcraft will live on.
Yeah, because nobody likes reality. They want their fantasy shit.
They want their fantasy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Speaking of which, we gotta start wrapping this up. But that brings me to something. Something that you probably need to get off your chest, and I want to hear what you think about this. And that's roleplay elitists.
Oh boy. Okay. Fuck.
I have experiences with roleplay elitists, but let's talk about what makes the game fun for you, like it does for so many people, and why these roleplay elitists are ruining the fun for people that want to roleplay. How does this work? What happens?
Okay, well, the reason why people, don't have fun with, the roleplay elitists is because role players believe, you need to follow the lore precisely and, follow these guidelines. I say, fuck all to that. If you want to start role-playing, you need to create your own character and do whatever the fuck you want. Role players will say, oh, I'm gonna roleplay as a dragon! And they're like, oh, this is so cringy as fuck. Why are you roleplaying as a dragon? I'm not going to associate myself with you. It's like, dude, fuck off. Let them have their fun. Let them try something different. And besides, if everyone's playing the same cookie cutter blank character, then nothing's interesting. Everybody's the same. It's like you're talking to the same, brick wall every time. You gotta, create something outside of the box. That's what makes roleplay interesting. That's why I don't like the lore characters because they all act the same. They just act like bitches toward each other and are mad like 24/7. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you know, conflict is important, right? Like I always tell you, like, conflict is what makes things entertaining, right?
Well, true.
But so part of your complaint is that these elitists are just too vanilla. They're too boring. They expect you to play by these rules and like what meta RP is and all this other stuff. Like, they don't want you to do it. And you think it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like you should be able to RP how you want to RP, as long as it kind of makes sense, because at the end of the day, the whole story was just made up anyways. So what the fuck, right?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, like...
I agree with you. I'm like totally on board with you on that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, you know, just like any other game, right? But then, here's the thing. You can make the argument that it's like, okay, that's fine, but like this is how we play the game. We do it like this. So you have to do it like this if you want to play with us. You could make that argument, right?
Yeah. And then why do we have, like, these little RP cess groups that, like from the last podcast, we have, like, all these cess groups of people that, like are so shy and don't want to talk to each other, like, especially in roleplay. This is part of it. This is part of the issue.
Yeah. I ran into a few guys like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, bro, your story's like meta or whatever." I didn't even know that what they were talking about, like why they were calling my story meta or whatever. I was like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, because you gotta go by like what the lore is or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but didn't just some like random guy write that novel? Maybe they were sanctioned by Warcraft, but basically like the guy just made it up. Like, who cares? As long as my thing makes sense, my story makes sense according to the story that's out there, so what's the problem?
Yeah, and here's my argument with shit. Warlords of Draenor, right? The worst expansion? Do you know what that whole vibe was with that expansion? It was timeline bullshit. Like, going through, like, alternate realities and shit. So, here's my argument, because I've made a story where it's about timeline, where my characters are pawns of the Bronze Dragonflight. And here's the thing, when you deal with timelines where you're going through different realms and shit, like, time makes anything fair game. Like, especially with the phasing and stuff, I try to make it like a Metal Gear-esque type of story, where gameplay mechanics are part of the lore. Like, you know how in Metal Gear they say, push the action button to crawl up this tree, or whatever.
Right.
So that's how I feel. If you're gonna involve time in any story, it's par for the course that anything is fair game. You could write, hey, there's an alternate future where, like, the Void Lords have corrupted the whole entire world, and then these heroes from the future come to the past, like a Dragon Ball Z type shit, and be like, oh, we need help to help save our future and shit. Like, it's the same thing. Fair game.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I don't see any reason why people can't just be creative with their stuff and you just play along. We're all just making stuff up anyways. Who fucking cares? For those people that are probably wondering, what the hell are these guys talking about? Alright? We're talking about RP. And the way RP works is you have your character and you develop a storyline behind that character. A background, a history, a personality, likes, dislikes, all this stuff. and you interact with your character, with all these other people that are RPing with their characters and their stories and stuff, and everyone plays a part. It's like acting almost, and writing. So you're writing acting.
Exactly. What I'd like to best describe it as is improv. That's what it is.
Yeah. And so, I mean, different RPers RP differently, but some people really go out of the way and they write all this history and all these storylines with different characters that are intertwined and relating, like Mr. Filthy Weibo here, who has 100 characters that are all related and fucking somehow.
Yep.
And then he logs into the different ones, and it's like a whole story. Like before you think you're talking to a whole gang of people, and it's just this one guy with 60 different characters or whatever.
Yeah, I've had people tell me, whoa, take a gal out to dinner first before you mindfuck her like that. Yep.
Okay, that's a saying. I didn't know. All right. So yeah. Boy, RP. We're going to talk more about RP, guys. And then pretty soon, hopefully, you guys are going to all be little RPers. Running around, making up stories, having a good time. We'll talk about some RP add-ons in the future. We'll interview some RPers. We're going to find out what these sicko ERPers are doing. Some of you are going to like it, I'm sure, secretly. You're going to be curious, and then you're going to go. You're going to look for yourselves. Because you're weirdos.
That's okay. We're the biggest weirdos of all.
Yeah. So...
Oh, you hear that hammer?
Hey, are you doing like restructuring? Yeah, you doing like, what's going on over there?
Well, let's just say my neighbor is getting hammered at the moment. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take a drink of my margarita.
Alright, and with that, we'll make a toast to the end of the show. This is it. This is the end of the second show. The next show's coming right up, because we're gonna be recording all night. But this is it. Do you want to plug anything, Alex? Is there something we have to say?
Yeah, I'd like to plug my butthole with, like, all of your dragon dildos.
Okay. And my name is Techknowledge. You can find me at Technomusic on anything. TEKNOW Music on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and also... I'll be providing dragon dildos for the Filthy Weibo. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Maybe it's slang for something.
Yeah, the dragon balls. Yum. And you can follow me on everything. I am Filthy Weeaboo on everything. At filthy_weeaboo_ on Twitter. That's FILTHY_WEEABOO_.
Other than that, a special thanks to Currently Online for letting me record game footage and use it on this show. Also, a special thanks to whoever decides to actually fucking listen to this shit.
And a special thanks for Techknowledge for being my surrogate father.
Oh, this is getting so weird.
Right. That's the name.
And we're out.
And that's the name of the show.
And we're out of here. Peace out.